Oh my God, this feels insane. Okay, so this super futuristic looking thing is actually an exoskeleton for hiking. This is the Hypershell X Ultra, an ultralight powered wearable designed to give you extra strength, speed, and endurance. Now, I've trained and played sports my whole life, so I was a little bit skeptical. I've been using the Hypershell X Ultra for a while for hiking to see if it actually works. So is it actually worth the $2,000 price tag, or is it a gimmick? Let's talk about it. First of all, what is it exactly? The Hypershell X Ultra is a robotic exoskeleton designed for hiking, trail running, long distance trekking, and even cycling. Basically, imagine having AI-powered Ironman hips. It uses 2 motors with a peak output of 1,000 watts to reduce physical exertion by up to 39%. And the maximum amount of torque that this device puts out is equivalent to 66 pounds of support on an uphill climb. We'll talk about charging later on, but each battery should last up to 18.6 miles of walking in typical weather. And of course, this range drops if you're hiking through snow and super cold weather, or if you're using hyper mode. Now, you might be worried about the weight, which is about 4 pounds, but when I use it in transparent mode, meaning that it's still on but not assisting me, I don't really feel it. It's about the weight of my 16-inch MacBook Pro. Now, if you're curious about how easy it is to put on, it's super simple. Put the waist belt on, snap both leg straps, press a button, and pick a mode. That's it. Now, the first time I put it on, it took about 2 minutes because I had to make the adjustments and watch the tutorial, but now that it's all set, it takes about 10 seconds. Walking with the Hypershell X Ultra feels surprisingly natural. It tracks your gait automatically, so it only assists when it feels you stepping or climbing. The first time it helped me uphill, I literally laughed because it was like someone stronger was behind me giving me a boost. Now, there are 4 operation modes. Transparent, think of that as like standby mode. Again, it means the device is on, but you don't get any assistance. Eco mode, this is the default mode on startup, and it offers adaptable power for moderate activities. Then there's hyper mode, which gives you more dynamic power for intense activities. And then there's fitness mode, which does something super interesting. Instead of actually helping you, it adds resistance. And that lets you do things like walk on a flat surface, but get a better workout. All right, so I'm out here, it's less than 30 degrees, it's snowing on and off, and I feel like this is a perfect opportunity for a stress test. The Hypershell X Ultra is designed for extreme outdoor use between -4 and 140 degrees. And it's rated for IP54 dust and water resistance, so I don't need to worry about it getting damaged. Now, starting out, even walking on flat ground in eco mode, the difference is immediately noticeable. It's like someone is propelling my legs forward, but not in an uncomfortable way where I feel like I'm going to tip over. It's actually sensing my movement, and the assistance feels super natural. What's happening here is that the AI Motion Engine Ultra takes inputs from over a dozen sensors integrated into the exoskeleton to predict my next step and adjust motor assistance accordingly. And even better than that, over time it learns my gait patterns for smoother, safer, and more natural support. Now, over all those years of playing soccer and basketball, my legs have taken a beating. So typically when I'm lifting or training, I wear a patella band, and I was concerned about knee pain when going downhill. But in practice, I felt like I didn't need one. It actually eliminated knee pain, because what it did was reduce the landing impact on my stepping leg and then helped stabilize the supporting leg. So overall, I was really happy with it. And going uphill or through deep snow, this thing is a beast. It's really hard to capture in video how much it's helping because you just see me walking, but trekking in the snow and carrying this bag with all my video gear in it has never been this easy. Another cool thing is the adaptive co-pilot, which automatically detects what type of activity you're doing and then adjusts the type of support it provides. I tested it switching between doing activities, so switching from walking to going upstairs or downstairs, and it switches seamlessly. If you prefer to manually select a mode, you can just turn the adaptive motion recognition off and then select between the 12 available modes. Now, earlier we talked about IP54 IP54 rating. But what about durability? The reason the Hypershell X Ultra only weighs 4 pounds is through extensive use of carbon fiber and titanium alloy. 60% of the frame is made of spiral twill 3000 carbon fiber using high-end dry carbon molding, which you typically see applied in performance cars. Then the primary load-bearing components are made of sinter shell titanium alloy, which is both strong and light. So you're not just getting something that looks super sleek, it's also very strong and scratch resistant. The Hypershell X Ultra is powered by a 5000 milliamp hour battery. You get 2 in the box, and you charge the battery by attaching it to the exoskeleton and then using the provided USB-C cable. I love the fact that Hypershell used a USB-C cable here and not some proprietary charger, because I'm always going to have a USB-C cable with me and I can always charge the device. Keep in mind that you can only charge the battery on the belt itself and you can't use the device while you're charging the battery. So I went ahead and ordered the battery hub, and this way I can charge up to 4 batteries at once, even while the device is in use. And speaking of charging, it takes about 88 minutes per battery with a 65-watt portable charger. Now let's talk about the app, because even though you can switch modes and adjust the assistance levels using the button on the right side, the app gives you so much more control. So first of all, you can quickly switch between the 4 operation modes, you can easily adjust the power level, and you can make tons of adjustments to the motion engine and really fine-tune things. But for me, the auto setting worked great. You can enable and disable adaptive motion recognition, and when it's off, you can select the mode that you want. Plus, there are wearable instructions, operation instructions, stats, and a profile page. You can even use your Apple Watch for more convenient control. All right, I just want to take a moment to say that I can't overemphasize how much this device is actually helping. I know in the video, it really doesn't look like much. You can't really tell whether it's helping me or not. But after trekking through this entire area, going up and down hills, it's really amazing how much you can do with so little effort. All right, so is the Hypershell X Ultra worth it, and who is it for? Honestly, when I first saw it, I was super worried about it just being a gimmick because I never experienced anything quite like it, so it was hard for me to envision how much it would actually help and whether I would have use cases for it. But this is one of those tech products that actually exceeded my expectations. It was kind of like when I used the Apple Vision Pro for the first time. It was so different from anything else that I'd ever used, so I had no framework for it. Now, having said that, $2,000 is not cheap, so who is this device for? If you love hiking, cycling, or running, but you can't keep up with the rest of the crew, or you want to go even farther and faster, the Hypershell X Ultra will absolutely help. The moment you take your first step with it, literally the first moment, you'll involuntarily smile because it'll be like nothing you've ever experienced before. And it will absolutely unlock new levels of performance for you. For me, I love that it helped with knee pain, especially when going downhill or downstairs. And the overall assistance and support means that I can carry more gear without getting tired, which gives me more options when I'm creating content. You know what I always say? Buy it nice or buy it twice. Good luck and see you soon.